Hello and welcome to the Races TV. We're joining you from the Port Lincoln Racecourse this week, and in the background that's the jockey's room and the steward's room in the administration block you can see. Coming up very shortly we're going to have a chat to, well, he's the leading jockey over here at Port Lincoln. I think he's the only one based here just about, Peter Roff, and he's a nice fellow as well. But firstly, let's have a look at what's coming up in racing this week. On Saturday we go racing on the Park Circuit at Morphettville. On Sunday we're going racing down in the southeast at Mount Gambier. A long time since we've been down at the mountain. I see there's rain on the way, and next Wednesday we go racing at Murray Bridge. So when you pick up the form guide and you look at Port Lincoln, you'll find Peter Roff normally with a full book of rides. Peter, thanks for joining us. Give us a bit of a snapshot of your career.
Oh, I started off with Jeremy Gask down in Gambier there. Did a few years down there and ended up cruising over to Morphettville and finished off the rest of my apprenticeship with Richard Jolly. After coming out of my time, probably spent another year and a half over there, and just sort of the weight was getting a bit too much for me. So we ended up just calling it quits for about 6 months and moved over this way, and all of a sudden Lincoln season started back up, so I thought I'd get back into it again.
So what brought you to the West Coast?
My partner's parents live over at Smoky Bay, so we initially moved there for 6 months, and thought I'd give it a crack again here with me weight, sort of not having to worry about it too much from Wednesday to Saturday. Constantly losing weight sort of gives me a bit more of a leeway over here.
And the West Coast season basically runs from sort of late September, early October till about March or April. So do you only ride for those months of the year?
Yeah, predominantly, yeah. I also have another job over here as well to sort of get you through the rest of the season when we don't have races over here, but every now and then we'll track over to Portagasta and places like that when we have the horses obviously running from Lincoln over there, so that sort of keeps the kitty ticking over.
All right, you mentioned Smoky Bay where your in-laws are from. Do you live in Smoky Bay or do you live in Port Lincoln?
I live in Port Lincoln. We did live in Smoky Bay, but racing here and living over there was a bit too hard because it's about a 3.5 hour drive, so we ended up relocating to here, and I started up with Simon Druitt, and we had a very good season here. First season, and sort of snowballed from there. We're pretty happy with it. And
how many horses would you ride work of a morning?
Oh, average between 8 to 11 at the moment, Monday to Friday, because I have to leave to take kids to school and obviously go to work as well and knock off there at about 5. But on the Saturdays I can ride anywhere up to 16, 17 because we don't have the work. All
right, so what other work do you do to help supplement the income from being a jockey?
I work at Dempsey's Feed and Salary over the back here too, so that's pretty good. It keeps you involved in the industry as well. It gives you a bit more in-depth in nutrition with horses and other things you can give them as well to help calm them down and things like that. So obviously the more input I can give to trainers in that aspect as well can only benefit us all.
All right, and you mentioned the kids. How many kids have you got?
Got 2. I have two girls.
All right, how old are they?
Jada is 4 and Carly is 9.
All right, so you've got one at school. In the background we've got Hastian winning the Port Lincoln Cup from the last couple of years. What's your record been in the Port Lincoln Cup?
I haven't had the best rides over here at the moment, so I've sort of always been running a bit about midfieldish, but you can never underestimate some of the smaller trainers around here. They always pop up with something decent here, so hopefully I can get on one of them this year.
Some of your better achievements in the saddle, what would they have been so far?
I've ridden in black top races and things like that in Adelaide without too much luck, but at this stage that's probably my best of my career really.
All right, and last year though, I reckon last season you rode 4 or 5 winners one day?
Yeah, I've ridden a few last season here. There was a fair few trebles and 4 winners in a day, so that sort of keeps you sort of motivated to want to keep doing it and losing the weight, so it sort of definitely helps.
Hey Peter, been good having a chat with you, and as I said, for those people that pick up the form guide, they always see P. Roff and he's always got a good book of rides. They know a bit more about you now as well.
Yeah, sort of I can try and sort of get a bit more of a pick of the rides over here, so I'll try and get on the best thing, but you know, the jockeys are probably the worst judges, so if I've got 2 or 3 in the wrong race, in the same race, you're probably better off getting on something else.
There's nothing like a day at the races.